Welcome to Habit of Inquiry 5. As we look at this one, it is the last piece of the Plan, Do, Study, Act cycle in the aspect of acting. So this is what do you do with all of the information that you've gathered. It's what do you do with it? How do you handle students that have not learned what you want them to learn? And then how do you also extend for the students that have already learned it? This is a great time to look at your different tiers. How do you break up the students into tier 1, tier 2, tier 3? As well as what do you do to support those students in tier 2 and tier 3? This is also another time that you would look at your grading practices. How do you expect students to show that they've learned? Do you give grades based on A, B, C, D, F? Or do you grade on their progress towards a goal and standards-based grading? So these all come into play when you talk about the action.
What you're looking at now is a schedule that we would like to implement in our school, and it's kind of intimidating to look at, but as you look right here under period 3 and 4, we've got a tier 2 reading support, and then we also offer that for 5, 6. So we just need to make sure we look at our FTEs and to make sure we have opportunities for students that need the additional support, that it's available for them throughout the day. So as a building leader, we need to see if there's the allocations available, and then as a PLC, determine if and when those students need to take advantage of those tier 2 supports. Another option for students and teachers is this is a flex scheduler program. So during what we call advisory or homeroom time, this is what we referred to earlier as our win time, what I need, and by the teachers creating courses during that time and then giving students the opportunity to sign up for classes during those win days, you can see that depending on the types of courses that the teachers are creating, it's geared for students to have voice and choice in the type of support that they need. So they can search out specific teachers or specific content areas, and then they can sign up for the type of support that they need, or the teacher can also lock them in during that time. And as building leaders, grading is a very hot topic, and we want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So this is an example of how a principal could communicate with their staff. And as you'll see, when we're talking about the proportionality of our grading practices and acknowledging the fact that they are unfair and inequitable. So if we were to communicate with our staff that on summative assessments, we don't allow zeros anymore. We want to make sure that we elevate those to at least a score of at least 50%, because that way, if a student performed poorly on a summative assessment and earned a 0, that does not bury them for the rest of their time in our classes. So we want to make sure that all of the staff is clear in our communications in how we share that with the staff. And then we also, of course, wanted to explain the why. And then we provide the resources and just making sure everybody's on the same page and understands the rationale. And just make sure that we're all on board.